us on the starship Earth and reconnect with the science of the land and stars. From the depth of the oceans to the top of the cedars and beyond the galaxy. Portals and ceremonies, gravitational waves, caribou, highways, laughter as medicine, quantum entanglement, glacier, sovereignty, hunting, mathematics, berries, fire, crocus teachings, star people and Pleiades, grandmother, moon. Tellings from stones to stars on the Ancestral Science podcast, a place to learn the sciences of the 7 directions.
Well, the Ancestral Science podcast is back, and it's season 3. I know, I can't believe it either. But can we just say, did you hear that amazing new intro? Well, that was mixed and narrated by Emil Starlight with Walter Whitebear and Sharon Foster on guitar. Thank you so much. That was amazing. My name is Kori. I am your host and guide on this journey where we together learn more about the depth of science from stones to stars, or as we say here, the OG science. So for episode 1 here, of season 3. I know, I can't believe it either. It was a sunny, mild evening shortly after the Perseid meteor shower here in the lands of the Blackfoot Confederacy, Tsuut'ina Nation, Yithka Nakota First Nation, and more recently, the Otempamisawak Métis. And the pod team thought we would kick off this season by sharing some stories about our summer, what Indigenous science we learned along the way, what we are excited about for season 3, and I'm going to be honest, maybe a few too many teasers, but it was fun. So thanks to Indigenous Screen Office, Bespoke Productions Hub, and of course, Emil Starlight for the seamless editing and audio, and Alex for pod support and marketing. So grab yourself a fried bologna sandwich and join the Ancestral Science pod team in our season 3 kickoff, Smoketalk.
Good to go. We're good to roll.
Just a titch? Is that what we're
Just a titch?
Just a titch.
Welcome back to season 3. Emil, take it away. No, not welcome back. I guess we're starting season 3.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody.
It's been a summer.
We've missed everyone. I'm so lonely. No, I'm just kidding.
It's been a summer of much activity, as Casey Eagle Speaker says. Do not say work. We are not busy. We are active. We thought we'd start out the season with I don't know what you did last summer with the pod team.
Add a knife sound effect there.
A knife?
That was a whip.
A knife?
No, it was like a knife sound.
Okay. This is the murder reference.
Yeah,
okay.
I know what you did last summer.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know. Were there any murders this summer?
The science of murder?
Ooh,
what?
Oh. That got dark.
Looks deal coming soon?
Oh, wow. I love it. Okay, cool. Episodes in the making. TBD. Thanks, everyone. Emil, what'd you do over the summer?
Well, it was a crazy summer. I did a lot of music, actually, this summer. I headlined a couple shows.
You headlined some epic shows, Emil.
Yeah, and we opened up for
for a major artist.
Is it secrets or can you brag?
Named T-Pain. Yeah, we opened up for T-Pain. We
Did you not know that, Alex? I guess we're
during
sharing.
The Stampede. Yeah, during the Stampede at the Cowboys tent thing downtown. Like they took over the whole skate park area, and like it was just a big outdoor Cowboys bar, pretty much. Yeah, it was the largest stage I've ever performed on, and it was like
there's a ton of people there.
The screen behind us was crazy, and it was just like we didn't like the place wasn't packed, but there's like 200 people there.
Oh yeah, just a measly, like.
Well, because I think there's thousands that fit in that little area, like 1,000 maybe people fit in there. So we got like just a handful of that. It was fun. It was a good experience. It was like, it was odd because it was like, what are we doing here? And it was like, but yeah, I was just shouting out to Ricka Razor Sharp for getting us that.
Yeah.
Because they asked him to, I guess the organizers know him from Easttown Get Down that happens every year on 17th Avenue in the Forest Lawn area. And yeah, and I guess he's known the one of the guys for a long time, and they're like, it was a last minute thing. He knew on like Sunday they asked him, and we're performing on Wednesday. So he came in to rap night like flustered, and he was like, I got something to tell you guys. And then he came in and he was like, you guys want to open for T-Pain? And we're like, what? And it was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And honestly thought I was going to be really nervous when we did. And it was just like,
that's cool.
Wasn't nervous. I was just like, let's just do it. Because, you know, when are we ever going to be on something like that again? And it was just like, it was just taking it in and just being like, no, I'm going to just enjoy it. Because it's like, when I was younger, I'd be super nervous and just like in my head. But no, I was just like, no, I'm going to just enjoy this and just like take it in. And because, I don't know when I'm ever going to be on a stage that big ever again. So it was just like, and not saying that that it's not going to happen, but it's just like, just take it for what it is instead of worrying about it and being like, ruining the moment by overthinking it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just being in the moment.
Embrace it.
Just like, yeah, and embrace it.
You deserve it. You deserve that stage.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Where do you think that change came from, Emil? Like from being nervous to
actually it was from counseling, because I've just started getting back into performing last summer, July 21st. And yeah, that was so nerve-wracking. I couldn't breathe.
Was that the one I came to?
Did you come to that one?
The one in Sunnyside?
No. That was just kind of, that was a cypher performance. We didn't have any songs yet. Oh, we had the Tribe Artist song, but a solo show by myself, like no backup. And because I'm usually used to doing music with my brother, but this time it was just me by myself, and it was so nerve-wracking. And like I didn't know my breaths. I couldn't breathe right, and I kept getting winded. So I was just like, whoa. So last year I was like, I'm gonna start doing more shows so that I could get used to my breaths. Because I'm like, and performing at other shows, watching artists that are able to control their breath really good, and just like watching what they're doing, and then just because I'm still trying to memorize the lyrics and where to rhyme and everything. So I think the more, I know the more and more I perform, the better my performance is, the better my breathing is. And because the lyrics are already embedded in my head, I can add more energy and hypeness to the performance so that it's not boring.
Mm-hmm.
And just like watching someone try to remember their lyrics, it's like watching an artist just have a good time and just like enjoy myself.
What does sorry, I always cut off Kori. We're used to this now. It's season 3. No one's surprised anymore.
No one's surprised. We were quick question. When we were teaser alert season 3, we got an awesome new intro recording with Emil and Walter White Bear and Sharon Foster. And weren't you practicing like circle breathing when you were like breathing through your nose but speaking, singing at the same time? Were we talking about that? No,
we were.
Yeah, we were.
No, I think we were talking about. We were talking about something that had to do with that, but like breathing and
like playing an instrument. It's
I
always
think it might have been like the flute, or it might have been didgeridoo.
Right.
Was it didgeridoo?
Or it was something. I remember it's anyway.
Anyway, so
which is really cool. Circle breathing.
It's weird, it's because it's weird. I don't know how they do it, but like I have a didgeridoo, and I could just make the one noise going one way, like the whoo, but that's just my breath. But the people that play it like professionally, they're able to like and then keep that going. So I think what they do is they breathe in to keep that sound going. I think I'm just guessing because I don't know any didgeridoo players, but I'm assuming that it's something like that.
There's some I know someone when I used to play trumpet that they were able to do that.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry, that was off topic. Alex, you had a question.
That was great. That was awesome. Like that you remembered that. I was like, wow.
Was a lot of people talking about circle breathing or know what that is? Yeah. I was always fascinated by that. I could not do it.
Oh, I remember it was whistling because we were whistling the Star Trek theme, and we're talking about the theremin.
So many teasers to the opening.
Yeah.
Alex, do you have a question?
Well, I did. It was about the music. I feel like we kind of moved on from that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. No, I was just interested on how understanding and knowing the lyrics is a way for you to then use that as providing more energy into your songs. I thought it was interesting that you said that. I never heard anyone say that before.
Well, yeah, because having lyrics locked in my head, I can change it up and I can add emphasis on words and sounds and how I say the way I say something in a line. In one of the bars, like if I wanted to add more emphasis or more style to something, I could say it in a different way because I have it in my head. Then it doesn't throw me off when I go to the next line because it's essentially a different song if I say it a different way. And my mind is used to one way of saying it. Mm. So if I haven't had something practiced that well and I try to do a switch up, it takes me time to relearn that so that I can get to the point where I can add style and attitude.
Some flair. Yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah.
That's
And the next performance is
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
next performance is at Como se dice. Actually, no, this weekend, in Edmonton at the TP Treats Giving Back to the Streets,
I'm gonna go.
in Edmonton, and yeah, that's our next performance.
Sweet.
So is it just you, or is there other people with you?
Well, it's kind of it's more than we all do our own individual. We all have our own individual sets. Like I can do a show by myself. The other artists can do shows by themselves, but then we have a group, Tribe Artist Society group, where we have we just actually finished a new song that we're going to be performing this weekend. We just finished that yesterday. So
Debut.
we're gonna debut it on Saturday. So because we have a song that people are really hyped about. It's called the Tribe Artist Society, the Tribe Anthem, and so people are pretty hyped up about that one. But this next one, it's in the same lane, and it's just like it's a stomping beat.
Ooh.
It's called Tribe Stomp, but one of the members of the crew, Bucho, he kept trying to implement this Tribe Stomp theme to stuff. He kept trying to do introduce this Tribe Stomp kind of like dance or something, or integrate it into a hook, because he's a hook man, which means a chorus. Like he makes choruses really really good, really well. Anyways, he kept trying it, and it just kind of it kept missing just a little bit, and then I was like, don't worry, I'll figure this out. So I started kind of playing with instruments and trying instrumentals. I made one beat that sounded really hype, and I was so excited to show it. I went to my computer to send it off to everybody, and the program crashed. My DAW crashed, and I was like, oh, it's a Mac, so I'm just I'll be able to reopen it, and everything will be there. It wasn't. It was gone, completely gone. I had to redo it from memory, and then I thought the beat was just not worthy of showing anybody. And then when we started our sessions this month, I kind of they're like, hey, I thought you were working on a thing. I was like, yeah, but I don't know. I don't really like it. Here, check it out. And then they're all like, what do you mean? That sounds so good. And I was like, really? They're like, yeah, loop it. Let's do this. And
Nice.
yeah.
Meant to be.
Yeah. So cool. It was
Cool.
So that's my summer music.
Summer music. I like it.
Summer music.
Alex, I don't know what you did over the summer.
A better question is, what didn't I do?
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Just kidding.
That's deep.
No. I really didn't do too much. I just work. I work a lot. So
You're active.
What's that?
You're active. You went back home. Didn't you have adventures back home?
I did. I did go back home. I went back home for about a week. Very, very different from the summer to the winter for sure. I'll be going back in November again, but yeah, it was good. I mean, family's family, and it's just a different world. So yeah, we did lots of things, and I learned some cool stuff too about. So there's this thing that maybe I shouldn't say the town name. It's really small.
Anyway, a small town.
Yeah, it was a small town, and there's a museum, I guess, within this small town.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one section, they have all indigenous history to the people in that area, very, very local area. And in that kind of museum. Honestly, it's not even a museum. They just have things on a table. Like you can go touch it. It's just a table, basically. But anyway, this is Manitoba for you. All right. There's like, yeah, super, super just like, I don't know, ghetto, I guess. I don't know. And they had a photo of this one pot. And I don't know why they had a photo of it because they had the actual pot right there. But anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so there was information about that pot. I was saying that this pot was traded from where we are right now, Blackfoot territory, all the way down there. And like it was a huge like vase almost. And had designs on it. It was blue and red. And I'd never seen anything like that before. And it was super cool. And then there was this one story that this one person had written down talking to elders like 100 plus years ago, back when there was indigenous people in that area. And they talk about how because there wasn't, I guess, well, I'm really just giving out details, but where this location is very close to the US border. So but back then there wasn't a border. And so they used to, that tribe would go and, fight the cavalry or fight the army or whatever. And then this is the prairies, so there's not many places to hide. But he was mentioning how this elder would talk about, maybe I'm totally giving away that. Okay, but it's called a medicine hole. And I thought I don't know honestly anything about it, but I read very briefly or what they had on it. And talks about this hole in the middle of nowhere. And this hole is something that they would use to, when they would ambush the enemy or whoever, they'd run back, they'd go into this hole. It was a pretty massive hole. It could fit horses and people in it. And it would actually take you down to an underground cavern of like a huge underwater like lake almost. And they would take like different routes through there and just pop up out of like nowhere onto the prairies. And that's how they would like ambush people and attack. And so use like underground route systems with horses and stuff. Super dope, super cool.
I'm like medicine hole, like where you I was thinking like a little gopher hole that you would put like your pemmican in.
Listen, gophers were jealous of the size of this hole, okay? Massive hole. Well, you could fit horses down there. I don't know what it looks like.
Like a tunnel. That's cool.
They were very discreet on the details of the whereabouts, but yeah, I went home. The next closest, they call it city, but there's really like 50,000 people there. It feels way smaller than what I remember it to be. So yeah, I mean I'm talking about a week out of my summer here, but that's the big part of it. So anyway, back to Kori, top left here. What was your summer like?
What was my summer? There was a lot of thunderstorms this summer. So I listened to a lot of thunderstorms. I feel like this summer, they were weird. Is it me? They were different this year. I feel like they were sharper cracks, and it was off. I don't know. There was something about the thunder.
Yeah,
saw some like red lightning again. Yeah, lots of thunderstorms, which has been great. It's really rainy here, so that's good. So that was fun. Hung out with my dog.
Oh, something about lightning, Kate.
Yeah,
I remember I told you this, but now that we're on camera, it's official. No,
okay.
But when the first day I was driving back home to Manitoba, there's crazy thunderstorms and tornado watches all the time. But it was, and I'm not kidding, constant lightning for an hour. The entire sky and everywhere was like one cloud, and it was like go from immense brightness to like complete darkness, and like just loud crack, bang, 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 like all around you, everywhere. It was nuts. Yeah, that was something about it. That was weird. I've never seen lightning like that but for an hour straight, there wasn't a second where there wasn't a crack. Everywhere. I have a video, a little bit of it, but it goes from so dark to so light. It's hard to kind of tell, but it's like you can hear it bang, 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 bang. It's nuts, man. It was nuts.
You know, I was just thinking, you know how there's been the last couple months. So we're recording this in August 2025 for everyone. There's been a ton of earthquakes and tsunamis, and you know, there's been a lot of movement under our feet. And I saw this one video of, you know, a seismic tracker of all the motion seismic waves across North America, and it like shuffled all the way. It was so cool. Just moved all the way down North America. But was just thinking, because lightning starts at the core of the earth, why has there been so much lightning? There's something under our feet that is happening. Mm-hmm.
What's the theory? What's the theory?
I don't know. I'm just thinking and talking at the same time. I don't know.
Controlled climate.
It is the government is shifting the
chemtrails.
Yeah. This is the conspiracy portion of the podcast. Welcome.
All the cloud seeding.
Yeah, there's faces in my windows at night. I don't know where it's coming from.
The lightning sounds different. Yeah. Anyway, thunder. Lots of thunder. Hello, Winston. Oh, Winston didn't like that one. Come on.
He heard thunder.
He likes the thunder.
No, he likes thunder, though.
He likes thunder, yeah. Hey, bud?
Oh, he's probably like, are we going to listen to thunder?
Yeah. Yeah, he likes it. There's a couple that were really loud that sounded like an explosion that he was not very happy about. But
wow.
Yeah, what else? Got to make bows again. My favorite project. Bow project. Yeah, let's see. This is the old one.
Very cool.
Yeah. Tried out different woods. Tried out black birch and poplar. Poplar wood was supposed to be the one that broke, and we couldn't break it. It ended up being the one that went the furthest. So
I reefed on that thing. I pulled on that.
I know. Cool. So yeah.
Melody bow strikes again. Oh, hold on. I'll show the viewers. I got something cool.
Okay. Show and tell. Oh, I'm getting a foot clean. Thanks, Winston. Oh, it's very nice.
They're real snowshoes.
Wow. Look at that.
Northern Manitoba. All real sinew.
Can we look at that geometry? That distribution of weight.
Yeah.
Is there resin on it with the sinew? It should be. It's probably coated in resin.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like I got two of them, and I have.
Those are the running ones, right? Those are the ones where you can sprint because they're short.
Yeah. So these would be for like fucking ice and stuff, or like really, really thick snow. And then I have another pair that's like, I don't know. It's like up to here on me. So, but yeah, no, that's the real deal, man. So these are from Parts Unknown. No, they're from Parts Unknown. And cool. Yeah, very cool show and tell.
Cool.
Awesome.
Emil, your turn. He's looking around.
What do we have for show and tell?
He's just quickly trying to find something.
I got nothing.
Oh, I'm looking. There's my thunder. All my bows are up there.
Okay, we're all just going into like.
We should have a show and tell episode. That could be part of our
And the stories and science behind it.
Of show and tell.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Here's my dog.
I guess that's my studio.
Yeah. Oh, you're fun.
I still have to put up these. These are those noise canceling. Just noise canceling diffusion. These blocks. Yeah, I gotta put those up on the roof somehow.
I just use my dog as noise canceling.
I can hear him.
Exactly.
There you go. It
It's
worked, Emil. Yeah.
Any other cool things? Anything Indigenous science that you learned over the summer?
Yes. I didn't realize. I kind of knew, but I didn't. Um, about just how intertwined science and language was. And so I used to talk to Dwayne Mistaken Chief all the time, and he used to just blow my mind every conversation. It was something new, and I just crazy. So we were recording an episode. I won't give too many details, but
Stay tuned
yeah,
for episode with
Stay
Dwayne Mistaken
tuned.
Chief. Yeah.
yeah, you got to come back. You got to come back to hear that. But yeah, really interesting, and it's well, what can I say without giving anything away?
It's okay.
You know, what do I say here?
I think the fire thing was cool. He was talking about the fire.
Yes,
You don't
yes. There's lots of things every time Dwayne talks, man. It's like
It's a cool episode.
get caught in like I don't know deep thought for like an hour. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. What do they say?
Contemplate life. What?
English is a trickster. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was my big learning outcome of the summer.
Yeah. Emil?
It's funny because at this fire ceremony they're having at the museum on Sutina, I was sitting and talking with one of the archivists at the museum. He's a young man. He's a young man, and we're talking about the stories, and he's reading everything that he's archiving, which is really cool. So he's gaining a lot of knowledge about the nation, and yeah, just some phrases like Tsuut'ina language, how it's different, or how people interpret things differently. And one of the biggest ones is, not to shout out the development, is Taza, because Taza, I don't know who told them, but they were told that Taza meant something wonderful is coming. And what I've learned that it meant my whole life was just, it's an amazed expression. It's like, like, I guess like Gadzooks back in the day, like Gadzooks, you know, it was like, I think it was kind of like that, or just like the sound of like, you know, just that motion, just,
yeah.
That's what Taza means. That's what I've learned. But I think they wanted, because they're, you know, people like to romanticize us, not just Tsuut'ina, just us in general, Indigenous people. They want a beautiful story. So somebody told them that Taza meant something magical or something wonderful is coming. And it's just like, ugh, just, ugh. And so I really didn't like that. So in his research, one of the old speakers, John One Spot Whitney, he was working with this linguist named Sapir, and they got to the word Taza. He got to that word, the phrase, and it actually, he said that phrase meant bat, like just a bat,
like bat.
yeah, like Batman. And so I was like, oh, interesting, because like there are different words for Taza, and so just to be like, oh, and then in my head, I'm like, when you see a bat or it comes at you, you're like shocked. You're like, you know. And so maybe that's, you know, what they interpreted that to be, was your reaction to it. And it's just like, he's amazed at that bat attacking him or something. You know, there's like the actual description of the action, because we're a verb-based language. So I was thinking, Tuzza, it's associated with bat. It's associated with like just being like a jump scare. And so I was like, So it's just kind of like connecting those dots and just like coming up to my own conclusions. I'm not a like a fluent Tsuut'ina speaker, like it wasn't my first language. So I would have to consult my uncle or some of my aunt that's a fluent speaker as well, and just kind of see what they say about it, because it's you know, even though I don't work at the Tsuut'ina language department anymore, I still get curious about the language.
Do you ever try to continue learning in some capacity?
Always. I can't stop learning because our language is endangered. So, and I still like, because I've worked there for so long, since the beginning. I was their videographer first, and then because I knew how to work with computers, I then took all our recordings, we recorded a lot, and I made our website, which when I launched the website, it was the first of its kind. No other websites with language at the time. This was like 2009, 10. There was no other websites where you can go and learn language and just like press a button and it'll play the phrase. Like there was nothing like that at the time. And so people were like, how did you do that? Like, how did you fit all that stuff? Because I'd have to upload everything to a server, and then from the server, I'd have to link it to those play buttons, and then have all the sheets and all that. And so, yeah. So
Very cool.
I brought the Tsuut'ina language to the digital World Wide Web. The digital
World Wide Web.
I
Love
did.
it.
What is some what would be some learning curves that people wouldn't immediately associate with learning a language?
Just being open. You really have to be flexible, because we're all, especially like an older learner, because you're so used to saying something some way. It's like, I should understand that something spelled that way has to be open to interpretation, has to be open to being flexible. Being mentally flexible, because we're not able to say, like, a lot of people with my name say Emil, and it's even, some names are even spelled with a Emile, and so and I don't know a lot of Emils, like even Edmonton. My dad's name's Emil, but up there, because of their slang, it sounds like Emil, like a silent E, Emil, and so with languages, it's like you just gotta learn to be flexible and expand your comfort.
Have you ever tried learning what specifically the language of Tsuut'ina, what the root words and those meanings are? It's always really interesting with indigenous languages that I think is really different with
the science.
Most languages.
Yeah.
Is the root words, and I think there's a book, I can't remember the name of it, and it discusses the structure of language within Cree dialects, but it doesn't go into root meanings.
Yeah.
I've always been interested about what's the root, and then how is that expanded?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, actually, it's funny that you say that, because that's finding out that we have root words in our phrases. I don't even call them words anymore, because they're actual phrases in Tsuut'ina. You see something and you think it's a word. Yes, it's a word, but it's actually a phrase. It's a phrase. Like Tsuut'ina itself is a phrase. It's not just Tsuut'ina. It's actually, and because we're a sing-song language, there's tones to it. So a lot of our language, because it's been written and everything, we lost a lot of the tones, and so people haven't learned how to say the phrases with tones. So it's like learning a song without learning song lyrics without the melody. That's
Yeah.
how I say a lot of people. You can memorize the entire our entire dictionaries and everything, but if you don't have the tones, then speakers will you're saying it wrong. You're not saying it right. That's not how you say that. Everything's wrong. But again, that's where the flexibility comes in. Instead of saying it's wrong, teach them how to say it. And so, like, going back to root words, even our greeting phrase, danit ada, the ta is the root of that phrase. And that ta, or that sound with a hard T, that is the same in almost every Dene language. Like Navajo's yat-e, and I think northern Dene are closer to like ours, but that sound so I'll break it down. Da, ne, ta, da. That's really easy. So the first da is like how, and I think that's an upward da. I think that's an upward tone. Oh no, it's a normal tone. Ne is you, the person, because it's this is one-on-one. Ta, the ta represents your soul, your inner being. And saying that in English, it doesn't even describe what I'm trying to say. It's deeper than that. And then the last is the question mark. So da nit da. How your being, how is your being? How is your soul? How is your spirit? That's what we're actually saying. So that and then if you're speaking to 2 or 3 people, I'll say danast ada, nas, that just as, saying it to 2 people, and then you say danast ada for for everybody. So it expands, and but that is that root word in that phrase.
I have a question about translations. So while you're saying that word, you're saying that there's no way to actually say in the English language what that word is or what it means. And so being an English speaker first and then learning your indigenous language, how have you understood that? How have you learned the meaning of the word that has no meaning in English?
There's few words like that they can best describe in English, but it doesn't come close to what it means in the language. And it's almost like describing feelings. It's almost like describing your soul. So when I ask you that phrase, how is your being? How is your soul? That's deeper than saying, hey, how's it going? How's tricks? Just like, just like the slang like that. And it's just like, that's so surface, but the language is has purpose, and it has feeling, and
And
it
spirit.
it goes deep. Yeah, it goes deep into spirit.
I find what's interesting is that um, the meaning or understanding these words that cannot be truly understood in English is through experience. And so when we lose words, phrases, sentences, meanings of our language, I find that because we're all born and English speaking, we would try to create words or change the meaning of words to be English meaning, I guess, and you're just speaking it through a different language, really. And I think the difference being that the language is spoken through your mouth, but it's understood from everything, if that makes sense. And so it's impossible to fill in those gaps through an English language as opposed to an indigenous experience. You know what I mean? And so you're almost having to try to compensate for going back in time and actually living and understanding that language to just shortcutting it and filling in the blank with an English, like a direct translation of something, you know? Like I know in Soto, so my grandparents would never said this, but I know that some of the southern tribes in Saskatchewan and Manitoba would. But the word for mom or dad was lost, and the true meaning of what those words mean was lost. And so they just say papa, mama. And so that's pretty easy. But that doesn't, just because I'm saying it in Soto, doesn't give that relational connection to the land, to myself, to my spirit, to everything else. It just shortcuts it to our dynamic, you know? And so I think that's so difficult, trying to not revive and speak the language, but understand the language.
Yeah, to feel it. Yeah. And if you don't have that understanding or belief, not the right word, in spirit, in soul, then how do you truly understand, the language? Right?
Actually, another thing my uncle says with that is he tells people that, when they want to learn the language, he tells them, you already understand the language because it's in your genes, it's deep in your and I heard this at school in Toronto, it's called ancestral scars, but in your blood, in your DNA. He said it's all it is right now is it's sleeping. You have the language embedded inside of you, and right now it's just sleeping, and we're just here to help wake that up.
I believe it.
So and it's just like, yeah, it's just waking it up. It's waking it up, and it's just like, oh, yeah.
Well, there's a reason why people say, especially the elders, say your language is who you are. It's who you are. You know, no one ever is saying that about English, right? Like,
yeah, that's true.
You're English. Remember that. Feel it.
Yeah.
It's like, these elders. That's a connection to spirit too. That's, I don't know. Simply put, that is who you are. Learn your language.
Yeah. Emil, when you were talking about flexibility, and when you say you don't speak, you're learning a new language, or you're learning a second language, third language, whatnot. You translate it. You automatically, I think, especially when you're older, learning a language, you translate it in your head into your native language, right? And especially when you're learning through courses, through a book, whatnot, and how different that is. I remember I was in New Zealand a few years ago, and I was with hanging out with Maori community the entire time I was there. They barely spoke English. I can understand so much even now. Which is, that is, it's, you're experiencing, you're always doing something,
Mm.
you're with the people, you're with the land, and how fast it was to, I didn't even try to learn it. But it made me think of how that is poorly portrayed in film. And how, have you seen, Jason Momoa, I'd love you. If you can send us a message, that would be great. Love to collaborate. But little disappointed in the film or the new series. Have you seen it? You heard of it?
No.
The
I heard of it. Yeah, the story of his
Chief of War
forefathers. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Like I was done super well. I only watched the first couple episodes. I was like sitting upright on like a little stool, like a foot away from the TV, like beautiful. The thing that bugged me was when he is taken from Hawaii and he's taken back to different places like Philippines and Alaska and whatnot. So he's with this crew and he's learning English, but he's speaking. It bothers me when there's the portrayal of someone that is speaking a new language, but they just speak slowly but correctly. Really. So, and back to, you're translating in your head when you're learning a new language. So often, like in French or Italian or Spanish, the adjectives are after the verb or after the noun. So it's like, instead of a red car, it's a car red, right? So that's when you're speaking it, that's what you would say originally, right? Because that's what you revert to. So that speaking very slowly but perfectly.
That is quite the conundrum.
And it's almost like it seems more juvenile in that. Anyway,
Yeah,
but great film, fantastic, Jason. Love to collaborate. Send us a message. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, like that's the thing, right? You're translating a language that you're learning into the baseline of what you already have. And so for us, we wouldn't learn to speak a language in a classroom, counting numbers, sitting there, repeating it, going over language books and writing things out. Yeah. It would be from being on the land, being in the bush, being in the prairies, watching the trees, blowing in the wind, and like it's an experiential language, right? The land is speaking, it's just you can't always hear it. And that's what our languages are based on. So yeah, anyway, I just want to throw that in there. I thought it was interesting what you said, but yeah, it definitely bugs me when they do that in movies, man. It's like, especially old school movies like those John Waynes. Oh my God. White man bad. Like, shut up, dude. You are. Shut up. I want to tell you something disgusting what they used to do. Okay, so for those old movies, they would have a trailer set up, and when they were making their Indians, quote unquote, they would have a lineup, and so you would wear your gear or your garb or whatever you're going to put on. They would do your makeup, they would do your hair, they would dye your hair black or spray it black, however that means, and then you would walk through like this kind of metal thing, and they would spray you red, spray you head to toe red. You're good to go. Indian. Made another one. Genocide who? Genocide where?
Made another one.
Yeah, we made another one. There you go. What are we all complaining about? Like, and that's how they would talk. It's just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I haven't met one elder ever who talks like that, by the way. Not one. Where did they get this from?
Yep. Still have to do that episode about protocols. But
separate episode, yeah, separate.
Yeah. Speaking of season 3, lots to be excited for. What is everyone excited for season 3? Emil.
I think just the getting out. I think Alex would like this one. Getting out of the land.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm getting tingly, Emil.
I've got the goosebumps.
Yeah, and I think
Mhm.
I'm a nerd, so I'm excited to try different technologies or using the technologies in different ways. I got some goodies that I want to bring out for the Two Bears episode. So it's like,
Ooh,
yeah, we've seen it before, but in a different way.
ooh,
I'm not going to say
goodies.
what it is, so stay tuned for that episode.
Yeah,
You're just plugging everything into the.
it's okay.
Everything's a plug.
That's what it's about. It's good.
No,
Alicia Two Bears.
you
We're gonna hang out with Alicia. We're gonna talk about natural birthing, decolonizing blood. It's gonna be great. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting one.
Alex, what are you excited for?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Because we all know like natural births hundreds, thousands of years ago were a thing, but I just don't know how.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like it was still used very recently. A lot of my uncles were born straight up in the bush, like bush, you know. So that's not that long ago, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
that's still recently being done. So anyway, I'm curious about that. I'm looking forward to that one. But there's an episode or a string of episodes that have in a way connect communities close and far, and so it's in the works. It's coming, and I'm excited about the similarities, the differences, everything about it. I have so many questions, and I won't hurt you guys with them, so I'll keep them in. But I'm excited about a lot of things, and those are just two of them. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited for that too. So we're teaser. I will say more than Alex. That was too much of a teaser. So we got a grant. We got a grant from Cultural Survival. Shout out Cultural Survival. They're an amazing global Indigenous not-for-profit, and they support Indigenous initiatives from all around the globe. Check them out. We'll put the link in the show notes. And we're going to do a series with that grant that's connecting different Indigenous landmarks around the world. I was going to do a sound effect and it didn't work, and then I got embarrassed. So that maybe you could add that. And yeah, so we're gonna go out on land here. There's different medicine wheels and sundials that connect with different celestial points in time and connect. We think, I'm sure they do, around the world. So that is exciting. So stay tuned for that, and launching some more video episodes from last year that are a variety of episodes, from TP mathematics to beaver water teachings. What else? Medicine teachings. Lots of stuff. It's good stuff.
Lots of things.
Yeah. And we
opportunities are open. So if there's something you would like to see.
Moon, stars, and alignments. I'm going to write that one down. That was good. And we have new add-on segments. Anybody want to talk about those?
Oh, the smoke. Do we still have a name? Do we have a name for it? Is like mini smoke talk, half like butt talk.
I don't
like smoking butts or
smoking post smoke.
Post smoke.
Yeah, it's
we're on the struggle bus with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Mini talks after episodes. How do we think that episode went? And yeah.
More questions do we have? And yeah. So
our thoughts and deeper dives into it, and maybe some insights and some more info about it. So yeah, lots of cool stuff.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And check us out on YouTube. We're going to upload more videos on YouTube.
On the YouTube.
Once Alex's computer doesn't take 17 hours to upload an episode.
Smash that like, subscribe to those channels, subscribe to this podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah. Cool.
I always want to say that.
You did great. On that note, stay tuned for episode 2, season 3. I forget which one it is, but it's going to be great.
I have more questions. No, I'm just kidding.
I know you always have
I'm
questions.
done. I'm done.
And over and out. Oh, hey, you're still here. That's cool. Thanks for sticking with us, especially to the end of this rather extended Smoke Talk episode and the kickoff of season 3 of the Ancestral Science pod. So I guess while I got you here, we can talk about how there's new segments this season. We're going to record some mini Smoke Talk segments after each episode where the podcast team discusses what we learned in the episode and dig a little bit deeper into the science and relationality of the topic. So thanks for sticking around. How about why don't you go now? Go learn something from the land, okay? We'll chat later. See ya.